Welcome, listeners, to the first recording of 2024 for the Full Send Rejects. We're kicking it off this year with Billy entering his piece on H.H. Holmes. I'll be discussing a cold case that was eventually solved, and Rose talk about Capricorn season. Told you I'd do it on purpose. However,
Hey,
who changed this? However, as always do, ... Let's first kick things off with pre-topic banter.
don't look at me.
Remember I told you?
I didn't put ...
I did break it up because it didn't make no sense.
It made sense to me. I read the intro.
Those are your words. However, as we. Yeah,
see, you're saying weeks. I put we there before.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Well, it made sense to me. All right, I don't go into your. This year, I have yet to go into your write-ups and change anything. Okay.
This year.
Yeah, this year I have not done that.
We are kicking 2024 off on a good note.
In Rose's defense, she listens to it.
That.
It was on my top podcast.
Look at that. One of our 12 top listeners.
Because I like to critique our own work.
Right, that's a critique of me editing.
Well, that includes our work.
Yeah, that's fair. So first, New Year's recap here. Ours was pretty tame. Billy, how was yours?
No.
New year, new me.
Hashtag New Year, new me.
Hashtag New Year, new liver for Kodak.
Oh, it's my liver's in great shape. I haven't drank. Oh, I have a beer. I have an alcohol in my hand. Before this drink, I've had one beer per night since New Year's.
Actually, we both have made ourselves a nice little arrangement to where we are drinking less this year. However, as of the last day of 2023,
it got a little out of hand.
One of us Kodaks decided to post a Facebook post for every laugh react. He would take a shot.
Are you saying he? You said one of the Kodaks, and I'm just assuming it's me.
It was you. My whole news feed.
It was Cole.
It was Cole.
Elena.
Aw, we do have a whole house full of Kodak. However, it was you, sir, because everybody's newsfeed was full of one Anthony Kodak.
Yeah, that escalated quickly. Because, I'm like, okay, there's 20-some here. I did the math in my head, like, okay, I can do shots here, this time frame, I'll be good. And then, because I was originally going to do because I was going to make, a personal thing for everybody who does it. Because I thought, this would be a nice way to end the year. Why not? Let's make some fun out of it. I posted the first video, and, 7 people, starting with you, Billy, went back and,
like the original post. So he went from, what was it,
it was 22 to 30-some.
Yeah.
To the chaos.
To where he grouped all of us who were in the household underneath one post and then made his final midnight post.
Yeah, that was the last one. Because anything past that was going to be lethal.
Oh, but he decided to take more after that.
Oh.
You were delirious by then. After the ball dropped and we continued to play games, you were like, "Hey, who wants to do a shot?"
Oh no! Okay, never mind. I remember that. Okay, yeah. So before everyone's like, "Holy shit, this is terrible,"
That wasn't Kodak. That was the father.
The father came back for New Year's. It wasn't baby New Year's. It was father New Year's. So, there weren't full shots either. They were they're diluted. Okay, they were mixed drink shots.
Diluted.
They were diluted until about 11 o'clock.
No.
Then, what do you mean no?
No. Until after the Pittsburgh game. And then you started doing regular shots.
I was diluting them.
You started taking regular shots.
No. Motherfucker, mine better not have been
literally diluted it.
Some of them. Not all of them. It got to a point where you're like, fuck it. I'm not that drunk. Let me take some shots.
Yeah, I remember that. That was not the end of the Pittsburgh game. That was a little after that.
The Pittsburgh game, you died off for a couple hours, and then
because my phone was
real quick.
I was streaming from my phone and casting onto the TV. That's why.
Yeah, and then I was recording them on my phone, and then he posted a bunch of them back to back.
Yeah, it was basically I was doing the shots during the game. It was every other commercial, I went and did one of the shots.
Oh, the magic of film editing.
But
Yeah.
they were.
I was kind of it kind of just became its own thing for that day. It was kind of nice because like a lot of people had fun with it. People, I made some nice ones out there. I made fun of some other people.
Yeah, the one about your mom. That one got a lot of attention.
Yeah, right around there, I was having actual shots because I was like, "You're gonna laugh at this one," and you're like, "What?" And I said it. You almost lost the phone.
I can't believe that I thought I stopped recording, but I didn't, and I realized when I watched it back, I heard myself laughing and calling you a drunkosaur. and then because I didn't realize it until Billy commented you drunkosaurus or something, and I'm like, hey, that's what I call him. And then I listened to it again. I'm like, oh, because I called him a drunkosaurus.
It was a good time.
I'm like, that's literally my code name for him. He's a drunkosaurus Rex.
That was one of those wholesome drunken episodes anyone can ever see. Okay.
It was a nice climb, and then it escalated quickly.
Oh yeah.
Because it got to a point where he was feeling tipsy to where he thought he was invincible, and when he was no longer diluting them with the Sprite,
it escalated very quickly.
Because it was Pink Whitney, okay, and he was mixing it with Sprite, and then they were going, they were progressing because he was going to do straight shots. It started off with Jim Peach, and then it went to Pink Whitney.
Yeah, I did about the first 6 were Jim Peach before we left the house. And then it was Pink Whitney mixed with Sprite.
Yeah.
And then it was like 10:30.
And then you went to.
I just did straight shots of Pink Whitney.
That's what I'm saying. But 10:30 to midnight.
Oh my god, I did a lot of shots in that time frame. I had like 8 or 9.
So when I put in the thing which says 30 shot Kodak, that's the shots you did for everybody on the live.
I didn't do it for every single person. I missed some.
Yes, but you took more.
Yeah.
You posted 22 on Facebook.
It was at a point I had to post for everyone concerned about me. I do have water. We're okay. Because I was getting messages. I was like comments.
People were sending me messages. Why are you letting him do this? He's going to end up with alcohol poisoning. And I'm like, calm down.
We have a plan.
It's not straight alcohol.
Wasn't it you, Bill, that I said, listen, Rose is in charge of this. I'm in safe hands.
Because if it was straight shots.
No, I wouldn't be doing straight shots.
Babe. When you went to go do your first one, and I'm like, I diluted it with Sprite, and you're like, oh, good call.
Well, moving on. Listen, New Year's was a good time, okay? That's all that matters.
It definitely was a good time. We had a good time. However, we did record an episode without you, Billy. When you took your break.
I'm aware.
I don't know if you listened to it, but we had expectations for.
He doesn't listen to this.
Well, however.
I did just say it.
The expectations for yourself for 2024 and the expectations that you have for the Full Send Rejects for 2024.
Or anything you just want to just have for 2024 in general.
Yeah, I asked both questions.
I'm a fire cannon.
Which means he's rolling with it.
No, he legitimately fire a cannon. We have been searching this up for. So anyone listening can get a hold of a cannon or can tell us how to get a hold of an authentic cannon.
Like the Civil War kind.
Yeah, the kind you yell tally ho as you fire.
It's gonna go.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm a cannon.
We'll be very grateful. And you would make Billy's whole year. And if we can get this on sooner than later, Billy, you won't have to do anything else the rest of the year.
Next time the circus is in town, I'm going to say, listen, I do a local podcast.
Couple weeks.
I need you to shoot one of my co-hosts out of this cannon.
Actually, I think about now. The circus.
Whoa, I don't want to be shot out of the cannon. I just want to shoot the cannon.
Okay, so I need you to allow one of my co-hosts to fire the cannon while we shoot another co-host out of the cannon.
I'll launch Kodak. I don't know shit.
Here's another option. No.
You didn't say which Kodak. There's
That's
4.
true. There's 4. Yeah, there's 4 of you.
Cole, you're up.
We'll just throw all of our names in a hat and Billy will pick it out. Alina, R.I.P. That would be her. Yay!
Ooh, got some distance on that one.
You could probably shoot her like freaking 10 feet in the air and land her on a pillow cushion, and she would probably think it was the best thing in the world.
Yay!
She's reckless. I had to catch her from jumping off the couch last night.
Yeah, she's insane. Yay!
So, besides Fire Cannon, do you have any other expectations for 2024?
For myself, no.
About for the podcast.
Object to accomplish for the podcast this year.
Oh, we're getting canceled.
Oh, Jesus Christ! We hope for more listeners and to broaden things,
Yeah,
but man,
we're having some ideas and whatnot. Like, we're getting fucking canceled this year.
We were looking for crossovers. You're like cancellation.
If you think about it, you'll know we're big when we do get canceled.
You're done.
That's true. Once we make it to canceled level, like we know we hit our peak.
Billy wakes up every day looking for that eviction notice.
No, I don't think it's gonna be me that does it.
Not me.
Well, we have an idea.
We did have an idea. Billy, you're about to hear about this idea just now because I forgot to tell you.
Oh, cool.
Well, I was thinking every Friday on our socials, post a thing where we can give feedback and from our listeners, stuff they like to hear, suggestions they have, stuff like that.
So shit we've been doing already?
We haven't made like a dedicated thing.
Yeah, I just kind of do it.
Well, yeah.
Shush.
Yeah, but we're going to expand on your idea, what you've been doing.
I just want credit for the idea.
Fine, well, I'll give you 90% of the credit. How about that?
I'll take it.
Thank you. I'll take 9. No, just a way for our listeners just to, give ideas and whatnot, stuff they want to hear. All that fun.
More people get interested because they know what we're talking about.
Damn right. Like I'm working on the one because we had like one on the page where they wanted to hear about the fungus in The Last of Us.
Yeah.
And I started a write up on that. I figured my science degrees and my enjoy of Last of Us that one on.
Yeah, actually, well, I kind of got a suggestion for next week.
What'd you get?
Well, it was my idea, but I put a survey of which one I should do. The Stanford prison experiment.
Oh, that one, yeah. I'm looking forward. Oh, yeah, you told me this. I'm looking forward to it because I know just enough to be interested, but not enough to where it's going to take me by surprise. I guarantee it.
It's been a while since non-asylum/prison from Billy the Bat.
Yeah.
I know. I'm looking for a good one. I might have found one today, to be honest.
Well, I might be getting some accounts here of Eastern State Pen, so there might be something there.
And I have the hookup for Girardville history.
There we go. Look at us.
Thank you, Dave Willis.
Got him on men. But as the year ended, so did our fantasy football this year.
I actually
Oh, I did it.
You did beat Billy.
I beat Billy.
He had to play in the last place game.
Wait, I won that. Does that mean I'm not last?
That means you're second to last.
But I beat you, and I was shitty.
You beat Ralphie. You put Ralphie in last place. And then
I had Joe Flacco and lost.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
that happens.
I was so happy going into work this past Monday or Tuesday because of after the holiday, and I went to Andrew, who was one of the runner-ups
He was in the championship game,
and I was like, I said, "R.I.P. to first place, bro," and he's like, "Yeah." He goes, whoever that guy was. I'm like, yeah, you need my brother-in-law.
Who finished him almost the last year?
I'm like, yeah, he went from like, I'm like, he Ricky Bobbied your ass.
I think it tells us.
Yeah.
I can look up in the history of it. Because we do the dynasty, so you just keep your team every year.
But I did one of those things. I'm like, well, he's my brother-in-law. We're family. So if he beats you, I beat you. Ha in your face. And he's like, that's not how it works. And I'm like, don't tell me how the game plays. But he was like, I'm like, it wasn't even a close game. He beat him over like 100 points.
Yeah, it was a bad time.
It was bad. He's like, and
he beat the piss out of him.
Oh yeah, because everybody was watching. Everybody wanted to see who won. But yeah, congrats to Shane on that.
Trying to find it.
Just glad Fields of Battle didn't win.
Yeah, 210 to 146.
Yeah.
And Andrew went in there as the leading person.
Yeah, but I mean, I love Andrew. He's one of my favorite employees, and I mean, either one of them would have been a good pick for me as long as it wasn't whatchamacallit who was bitching the whole entire.
Oh, it was a battle.
Oh yeah, I can't stand that guy. Constantly sending trades, bitching about everybody else. If he would have
Jit trades too.
Oh man, he annoyed the fuck out of me. If he would have won, I would have fucking lost my shit.
Let's see, 2022, Shane. Oh, goddamn, what thing just refreshed. Shane finished. Where is he? Oh, he was in the losers bracket last year. Yeah, that's right.
And you know what's shitty? He finished first, and he had Joe Burrow as his starting quarterback. And how many weeks was Joe Burrow out?
Last year, Shane finished second to last. He played in the last place game. He was in what Billy was in. Same spot Billy's in right now. Now he's in first. Now he won it.
Who was in last place?
Last year?
Was it me?
Let me go back. No, he stopped playing after last year. Joe from California.
Oh, so it's like I'm pretty sure I did terrible last year too.
Who took his team this year?
I think it was Andrew.
No, Andrew took someone else's team.
Was it Dave's or Maria's team?
Liz took Dave's.
Okay, so it may have been Maria's team. Was Prescott his
Well, he ended the year with Kenny Pickett. Wait, that might be able to tell me. Did someone trade?
He told me he fucked up when he gave me Pickens. He
Let's
said I
see
should have held
here.
on to that one.
His quarterbacks were Kenny Pickett, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Which is still on the team. I'm trying to find somebody who he traded.
Maria's team.
That was Maria's.
No, this is Joe's. I'm looking right at it. It was
Oh.
Joe's team.
Oh.
Maria, she finished in third place last year. Kirk Cousins, Austin. Yeah, Andrew took over Maria's team because there's Austin Eckler. He still has him, and AJ Brown
yeah.
or whatnot.
That's what I thought. I knew.
But she had Lamar.
No, I'm trying to think who has Lamar this year. That should just tell me who took over that team. Let's see here. Go back, sir.
Oh no, they killed me a couple weeks ago.
Oh, Ralphie, the guy who you beat in the last place game.
See, it doesn't pay to have Lamar as your quarterback. You end up at the bottom of the toilet.
That's a joke for someone who knows football.
Ha 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 ha.
But
Mister, I took a shit in the middle of the game.
he won. He did one.
He's like, oh shit, I don't think that chicken was fried all the way.
MVS most valuable shit.
There it is. That's the New Year, new cancellation.
New year, new cancellation. Speaking of cancellations.
Yeah, before we get canceled here, we do end this regular season football with Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
The worst team versus the best team.
Hey, the Ravens aren't the worst, all right? There's some clever teams out there.
Actually, the Ravens have the best standings across the board. I hate to say it. I goddamn
However,
can't stand them. I hope they lose.
I did see a graph today of how quarterbacks are doing the past 2 weeks, and Lamar Jackson is like here, and for Billy, I know you can't see me, my hand's up high, and Mason Rudolph is just a little bit higher.
How would it feel to lose to Mason Rudolph this weekend in the middle of a snowstorm?
Big Dick Mason.
Rude.
Not bad because it's backups.
Fat.
Yeah, but what? Because you realize if Pittsburgh gets that 7th seed and wins an actual playoff game, they're coming to Baltimore again.
I doubt it. I doubt they get out of week 1.
Me too, but there is a scenario. Actually, no, I don't doubt it. They're going. He's the new Nick Foles.
I hope it's a close game and we win by fucking a field goal. I hope Boswell comes in there and kicks it and it's fucking good.
I hope it comes down to a Justin Tucker like plus 50 yarder and he misses it.
Because the snow is too heavy and you can't see.
Is this supposed to snow in Baltimore?
Listen, we're supposed to get a giant nor'easter across all of the northeastern states.
Down in Philly, it's supposed to get about an inch.
Yeah, the more south it gets, it's going.
Yeah, it's supposed to get like rainy down there.
Okay,
That's
good thing we're not playing in Pittsburgh because hopefully it's
that's
not
my
as
point.
bad.
Because you're saying it's supposed to snow. And it's like, no, it's not.
Okay, but you don't know.
I know.
Do you?
Yeah. I have a hookup. I have the weather plug.
You have the weather plug.
Yeah.
So how many inches are we getting?
Oh, there's going to be a few softer inches. And then, once it gets up there, it gets going. It's going to, heart pounding of weather coming down and be a few more inches.
Before the final finale of a giant.
Yeah, that's where you get very moist and
wet and heavy.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting canceled again.
We're describing weather.
We would be terrible meteorologists.
That's why we're not newscasters.
Oh man, I would expect a large northeastern coming my way soon.
That's why I call my almost cut testicles Northern Easter.
However, thanks to one post that one Billy the Bat made.
It was a memory.
He was a memory.
It was a memory.
A why do you hate me questionnaire.
Thanks for the.
It was are you mad at me?
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you mad at me?
Well, I changed it up because you ask me this at least 2 times a month. Why do you hate me or do you hate me? Should this be an episode?
I think we should just do put another weekly thing out there. Bring someone for 20, 30 minutes and just see why they hate us.
I think it should be where the Jasinskis are over here. We drink a bottle of wine, talk about why people hate us.
I want to bring some people. We bring them on, and let's fight.
Me and Billy talk about that all the time.
Turn it into a debate, and just slowly turn on everyone.
Let's see if people start stating their opinions on why they think other people hate them, and they explain why they don't hate them, but they think they do.
All right, I'm with Billy now. I might not be high, but now you're fucking with my head.
Yeah, it hurts, right?
But do you understand what I'm saying?
If you tell them they hate us, but
you
tell
say,
them why they
I
don't hate you, but tell them they hate you.
I ask you all the time, do you hate me? Why do you hate me? And you say, I don't hate you, I love you. And then tell me all the reasons why you love me. And I'm like, oh, I was being silly. Vice versa. So we have a whole entire powwow of why we love each other when the other person thinks
I don't want to do that shit.
Or Rose hates you because you're silly.
He asks me a lot why he hates me, why I hate him. He goes, why do you hate me?
Usually I'm under the influence of certain liquids.
Like 30 shots.
Haven't asked me in a while.
Probably not since New Year's.
No, New Year's. Your conversations with me on New Year's was crazy.
Like what?
You remember I told you about it?
We do this. We're playing Heads Up.
Not Heads Up. We were playing
7 Up?
No.
Headbands?
Something like headbands.
Yeah, it's Heads Up. That's what the game's called, isn't it? That's what Nicole always says. She's like, hey, let's go play Heads Up. Right? Yes, no?
Is it called Heads Up? No, I'm fucked.
Yeah, she always... Yeah, it's right there. Heads Up.
Oh.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ on a cross.
Anyways, we were playing the game on Nicole's iPad, and we were playing...
the word she had to guess was dog.
Anthony in front of my brother, his girlfriend,
who we just met.
Just met that night.
And her sister.
My sister, and Anthony, after 20-something shots, decides this in full motion.
We do
says,
this.
We do this, and motions doggy style. And of course, I'm like, ooh, doggy style. And my sister and my brother are just stuck. They're looking at each other like, this is more information than we needed to know. But Anthony's so drunk, he's still stuck in the doggy style motion. Style for like 3 consecutive minutes.
I did it longer than I usually can.
And we're on to the next thing, and Anthony's still in there thrusting, air thrusting, hand motions like he's grabbing onto some ash cheeks, just thrusting. And we're on to the next subject, but his delay sensor was so bad. He was lagging. Okay. And we had no choice but to laugh at him because we didn't know what else to do. We couldn't go on to the next category because he was stuck.
Good for you, Anthony. Good for you.
Listen, you know you're fucked up when you go into your wife's family's house and explain to them what you do to her.
What sexual position? But that wasn't the first time he did it either.
What?
No.
That night?
Yes.
What do you mean? Because I still remember things at that point.
No.
What else did I do before that? What did I do?
When you were doing music trivia for 90s.
Yeah. This is after the headbands. Heads up.
Yes. And Genuine Pony comes on.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, you said it was before.
What did you say?
Ride it, my pony.
You said, yeah, your sister's my pony.
Oh, my God.
You don't remember that?
Oh, my God. Tomorrow I'm calling you a pony at the office. Oh, where's my phone? Changing your name.
Okay, and then no, and then so a lot of the viewers don't know is that my sister and Anthony have this thing going between the two of them where nipples are involved. And for Christmas, Anthony got this giant nipple, like a giant boob pillow with a giant nipple and a stress ball titty. And it's constantly the butt of their joke, which is funny because butt. But every time there's a comment made, Anthony talks about his nipples. And it's just the other day, there was a song that came on, a 90s throwback sex song. And you just picked up your shirt and you were like doing this to Nicole. And you were like, yeah, remind you of your Christmas present. For those who don't know, Anthony took an imprint of his nipple and both of his nipples and gave it to Nicole as a Christmas present.
That's amazing.
Which is funny because they both gave each other titties for Christmas.
As they do.
It's one of those things that you have to appreciate and not think it's weird. It's an odd family dynamic. But Anthony was pretty trashed and he was talking about how he rides me like a pony.
Yeet.
And I was waiting for you to say bye-bye, little Sebastian.
Bye-bye, little Sebastian. I'll miss you in the saddest fashion.
Parks and Recs. A little...
I'm going to park and wreck that. Moving on.
A little tribute, R.I.P. little Sebastian. However...
I fell in the pit.
Okay,
However,
I do think why you hate...
I'm not high enough for you guys.
We all fell in the pit.
We haven't had human interaction in a long time.
I've also, as we said before, have really slowed down. I probably cut down my drink about 85%. So I'm a lot more active right now.
Both of us have stopped. I haven't had a beer since Alina's birthday party. And
New Year's.
We haven't had shots or drinks in quite a while.
We did shots tonight.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because tonight, I had a bad day at work. But outside of that...
Did I have a shot yesterday?
We went to work. We went to the gym.
I had a shot yesterday, the day
We've
before.
been cooking and cleaning and being adults for the new year.
I cook and I clean. Now you know how I got this ring.
Okay. He gave me a ring.
That's right, because I, love you more and, thought.
I gave you
Came
an
up with that
engagement
idea.
ring because you were complaining how cold your finger was.
Yeah, you gave me a ring to shut me
As
up.
you should have.
Make you happy. I gave you 2 lifelong commitments, all right? A ring and a baby inside of you, okay? You're welcome.
You put the baby in me first.
Exactly. I pause it down.
It was the gender reveal that you proposed.
Exactly.
He's like, oh shit, I put a baby in her. Oh wait, I did this backwards. Let me hurry up and catch up.
Before I bought the ring, I provided the tip.
Oh my god.
You fixed it.
Where are you going? Oh my god.
Anyways, we have to stop our
Stop yelling. You're going to wake up the child. Worst. I'm not cutting that part out. Oh, god damn.
Oh my god, Anthony!
So also for Christmas, I got an Alexa, right?
Oh no.
And a little Darth Vader thing to put the Alexa in. Well, I found out that you can make automatic things happen for the Alexa. So the other day, I hear, what the she's yelling from the bathroom. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I thought that Cole put that spider somewhere and she found and blamed it on me. No, because I forgot that on my app for the Alexa, I put an automatic thing between 6 and 10, at least once per hour. When someone goes in there, it will let out a loud fart.
It's censored.
It knows when you're coming and it lets one rip, and it scared the shit out of her.
I just went in there now, and all of a sudden it goes. I'm like, what the fuck? Now it's
Oh good, I can't wait to come up.
Oh, I have some special plans for that.
so, and he
Oh,
also set one for 7:30. So when Cole's in there getting ready,
It says Cole is a noob.
because Cole has a crush on a girl that's in a higher grade than him, and every morning he's in there putting his Adidas cologne on, his freaking Swagger deodorant. He's in
I
there.
gotta keep it fresh.
Oh man, he's in there. He's like such a skater boy. He puts on a shirt with a flannel over it, with the skinny khaki
Yeah, he does.
Oh
and
my
his
god.
Vans. Like every day. I've noticed that he's no longer looking like a bum. He's going to school. He's doing his hair. He's really brushing his teeth. And I'm sitting there paying attention. And I'm like asking him, like,
Listen, when you're trying to get that first kiss, you'll stop being a scumbag.
what is this girl?
See how I dropped off after
Yeah.
dates?
Wow. You came to me on your first date wearing a sloth t-shirt and jeans, Steeler shirt. You had a half-shaved underneck, and your clothes smelled like they were in the washer for 3 days.
All of that, but the last part was true.
Your shirt smelled in the washer for a few days.
However, I did just learn that I can change Alexa's voice to Darth Vader.
Which, fun fact, he has a Darth Vader head.
We just talked about this.
Okay, I was in the bathroom at that point. Just saying.
I had to explain why I was laughing.
Okay, but we, our bathroom is slowly transforming into a Star Wars bathroom.
Okay.
Oh good.
However,
So-
are we gonna get to Triple H
Yeah.
here?
Triple H, part 3 of the last H of Triple H. Come on, Billy.
The Helmsley.
Get your shit together. Let's
This
go.
is probably the longest fucking free banter.
No, we had one that was 40 some minutes.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, we've gone longer.
We have we usually have like 11 or 12 pages, and we have less than that. So
Okay, we're good. We're
we'll make
good.
up for it. And even if they don't like it, I'll try to remember feedback Friday.
Fuck 'em.
New year, different parts from last year.
I was gonna say fuck them, but good on you, Billy. Way to be bold.
And as always, fuck 'em.
Bold and cold, just like my mother.
Bold and
All right.
well, this escalated.
You know what also escalated? Escalators.
Do you know what's called? Never mind. Go ahead.
Eels.
I will say, come on, no wheels, news. Escalators. Come on, escalators. Eels.
Come on, Billy.
I'm telling Mr. Crab.
Give us pedigree.
Sorry, I'm waiting for Patrick to finish over there.
Eels.
Eels.
All right,
Who cares?
we're back for the third. God damn it, Cody.
Okay, I'm done. This is Patrick. Okay, now I'm done.
All right, we're back for the third and final installment of my Triple H adventure. Today we're going to take this show on the road. I'll get to explain how Peitzel plays an even larger role than just a stooge. We'll find out what brought the game back to Philly, and it wasn't WrestleMania 40 this time.
I thought the game was from like Atlanta.
Wait, WrestleMania 40's in Philly this year.
Yeah, get the joke.
Yeah, but isn't the game from Atlanta?
Where's the game?
The rapper?
Brought the game.
God damn it. Different game.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said the game. I was confused.
We're thinking about white things.
I think of white things. Like you.
I'm ivory, thank you.
Yeah, you're
Ish.
so ivory.
Pastel, maybe.
Hey,
Translucent. Shut up.
my father's translucent.
I like ghost.
A ghost.
Anyways.
Following the execution of Minnie and Annie, and hopefully icing his peep afterwards, Holmes would visit Peitzel's wife with a bounty of dresses and gifts that he claimed were left at the hotel, but in reality, the dresses probably wouldn't fit, on the skeleton that he had of the people. Holmes was basically just clearing out his dead people gallery so he could hit the road. Now holding the deed to the Fort Worth property, H.H. was on his way to start his Murder Castle franchise. The two would also begin a new scheme that would seemingly benefit everyone, including Peitzel's family.
Oh, what happened to Minnie? Oh,
Shut the fuck up. I apologize for him.
Do you, though?
He hasn't had alcohol in a few days, so yes.
I had a light beer last night.
A light beer. Yes, go ahead. Proceed, please.
The new plan was pretty simple. An insurance policy would be taken out on Peitzel where the two would split the payout. To avoid any kind of fuck-up, the two had agreed to stage the death using a likely dug-up cadaver. The plan was to have an accident that would disfigure the corpse beyond all recognition. Dental records didn't help worth a shit back then because it was, the 1890s.
Nope.
The plan was... Huh?
Nothing helped back then.
Oh, no. It's just around the time, forensics are starting to be a thing.
They're like,
But
oh,
still.
a murder. Let's take 20 years to solve it.
My mom had an accident once.
Shut the fuck up. Once?
Oh, yeah, Brianna.
Katie.
Oh, I thought Katie was planned. I think Katie was the planned one.
Well, this plan was to have Peitzel spend a full career as an investigator in St. Louis. Don't tell me I can't segue, son of a bitch.
Hey, very well done. 5 stars.
5 stars.
He would then move his entire family to St. Louis and wait for a new life to begin.
Katie was planned, but he was disappointed because she wasn't a boy.
Shut the fuck up. Let him tell his story. The worst.
Ever the busy men. Ever the busy men, the Generation X traveled to the new property down in Texas. The two would quickly get in trouble in Fort Worth, this time for trying to steal a horse. No real reason why they tried to steal a horse, just a new thrill, I guess.
Well, they went to go buy one, but the owner said, nay.
Shut the fuck up.
God damn it.
Just ignore him the rest of the fucking segment.
The two were immediately identified, but they managed to escape under the cover of the night with the new castle partially built. The two would go missing for a few months until Holmes showed up in police custody in St. Louis. This would surprisingly be the first actual arrest for Holmes, and it's not for the Hotel of Death back in Illinois. Holmes would get an ad for pharmacy fraud, which is basically old school credit card fraud. He would buy items on credit using a fake name in the area pharmacy and resell them before the bill was paid. You know, easy shit. The authorities could see right through him and took him in. I don't know if Holmes is slipping up or if people in Chicago were just that gullible and dumb.
Damn, if he was alive now, he'd just go be a doctor and do the same thing.
You know what? This actually, now that we're listening through all the different parts of H.H. Holmes, it reminds me of when I did our local serial killer, Hugo Selinsky. Yet he wasn't as clever, but it seems like
He didn't have a castle.
He didn't have a castle. He had a house in Kent. But it seemed like
Kane Castle.
Tomato, tomato.
But he seemed like he tried to copycat in a way, but didn't have the brains to do so. But go ahead.
While awaiting bail, Triple H would strike up a conversation with an outlaw named Marion Hedgepeth, who was also known as the Handsome Bandit. Yeah. Holmes would begin bragging to the outlaw about his crimes, trying to impress him. After telling him of his newest insurance fraud, he asked the Handsome Bandit if he knew of any crooked lawyers who could file the paperwork for him. After agreeing to pay $500, Hedgepeth pointed him in the direction of a young lawyer named Jephthah Howe. As soon as the deal was done, Holmes and Peitzel traveled to Philly on July 29th of 1894.
How do they do it?
2 months after leaving St. Louis, Benjamin Peitzel was found dead inside his rented patent shop in Philadelphia following an explosion. Or was he? He was. Holmes had chloroformed him as he does, then staged the explosion to render the corpse unrecognizable. However, the explosion didn't do a damn thing as Peitzel's face was still very well intact.
Huh.
He also stunk of chloroform and likely booze, which honestly sounds like me on Christmas.
You're doing chloroform on Christmas? Huh, good for you.
Hey, I just changed it up a little.
Yo, CH.
I wonder what it's
like. The game, not one to wait, traveled to Peitzel's home in St. Louis and arrived the same day the family had got the announcement of Benjamin's death. Peitzel's wife was also in on the plan, however the kids were not, and they really believed their dad was dead. Holmes told Ben's wife not to clue the kids in on the plan, even saying to let them think their father's dead. When he's not dead, it will be a happy surprise. What a prick.
That's fucked, bro.
You know, that struck a little childhood memory in me. Okay.
Whew, yeah, he's a prick.
I knocked the door. Son!
Hey, you were told I'm dead, but here I am.
This won't scar you further.
I got a pack of smokes and some milk. Fuse.
We got some menthols.
I got Pop-Tarts.
The good kinds, too. Don't ask me how I know which one's your favorite.
Have a peep in through your window.
Oh.
Doggy style.
Just because he's from the South.
Shut up. Let him go ahead and read a story.
After letting the children grieve their not dead but definitely dead dad, he informed the family that he needed one of them to come with him to identify the corpse so he could take out the insurance claim with no questions asked.
Right.
Well, this is a plan.
Babe, he wasn't actually fake dead.
So he's
sorry.
dead.
I'm sorry.
He was real dead.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
So now the daughter is going to identify her very dead dad's body.
I'm sorry. There's no packs of smokes or milk coming for you.
Well, time scheduling our therapy session.
At least he didn't run off. He's just dead.
Well, ain't that just a slap to my face?
I do what I can.
Tonight's episode of Cirrhosis is sponsored by Billy.
You're welcome.
Tonight's episode is sponsored by False Hope.
Holmes had suggested taking Peitzel's eldest daughter because of who he is as a person, but he also didn't believe Carrie Ann, Ben's wife, would be able to act convincingly when she saw the body of her not dead but totally dead husband. Likely this is because, again, she believed it was just a fake body and the whole plan would go up in flames if she actually saw the body. In all reality, Holmes was running yet another scheme on the Peitzels.
I really hope that they had like a pretzel factory or something. Peitzel's pretzels. I can't stop thinking about it.
Nah, he was just a drunk and kind of Holmes' stooge.
No, he just tied him up in a
I
pretzel.
was gonna say they're all in a twist.
Oh my!
He did get injected with gold flakes once, though.
Oh, but that's how we got where we are today.
It was a cure for alcoholism.
Or a Pillsbury.
This is where Annie Ann's got started.
The flaky biscuit. Let him finish the story, please.
After Ben's daughter identified the body in Philadelphia, Holmes would leave her there and return back to St. Louis to inform Carrie that investigators were on their trail. He would also need to borrow the rest of her kids because they will be looking for a woman with 5 kids while searching for Ben's wife.
I just need to temporarily borrow your children.
Oh, he's totally like unraveling at this point.
Oh my god.
Holmes would take 2 more of the children back to Philadelphia where he would meet back up with Alice. The 3 would travel town to town, staying in places under another fake name of Holmes. Occasionally, he would declare the kids were his, and other times he would just say that he was their uncle who smelled kind of like chloroform. See, I wrote this a while ago, so the jokes still make me laugh a little.
How's that dab treating you?
Oh, I smoked a bowl, too.
Wow, very nice, very nice. Okay.
Within the last 5 minutes.
Okay.
So that little pause that you muted your thing.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool.
Uh-huh. The whole time he was carting her kids about, Holmes was stringing Carrie along for the insurance money. I'm not sure if he had it already, but there wasn't any intent to pay the Peitzels what he owed them.
What?
Yeah, can you believe this guy?
What a dick. Up until now, I'm like, he's a decent guy. But now,
Until now.
this crosses the line.
He built a murder castle, but this. Oof.
He ain't paying back to the pretzel empire.
Yeah, he built a murder castle, but oh my god, insurance fraud? Oh.
Listen, I can get past that one time where he was like playing with himself while like 2 people were cornered behind a wall. Okay, everyone has their thing, but this,
The not dead dad,
yeah,
but dead dad.
But totally
using his
dead, not dead
children.
dad.
Yeah.
Just borrowing kids for a scam.
There's your line in the sand.
Don't worry, it works out.
You think you know somebody?
But wait, it gets worse.
Does it get worse?
It does get worse.
Yes, let's go. Okay, I'm invested. Okay, I'll shut up now.
Holmes was beginning to lose his shit around this time, trying to avoid Carrie while dealing with 3 kids who were basically miserable. They would write letters to their mother every day, but Holmes would never mail them, of course. The letters grew sadder and sadder as time went on, and winter began to set in. Holmes saw no point in buying the children jackets and winter clothing, even if he was always dressed to the nines. Holmes told the girls he was going to send their brother, the youngest, to live with his cousin Minnie. Remember her?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
One of the girls in the vault that he was wanking it to.
Yep.
Oh.
He sort of took... Hey, that's legal now.
Hey, only on a Steamboat Willie.
Oh, I think that's where it started, didn't it? Or was that silent? I don't know.
Yeah, it was like 1920. It was silent, but was it the copyright that went out, but the trademark is still active. So important distinction.
So we could still get sued.
So you can use the original artwork, but you can't like do other things with it. Like you can't just make him into like a whole different cartoon or put him on like a fucking t-shirt or something and try and like profit off of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, now we know.
Yep.
Holmes sort of just took the boy. Wait, I got fucked up here.
He took the boy to her when he took the boy to.
Yeah, I fucked up here. He took the boy into the woods and killed him with surgical tools that he specifically sharpened.
Oh, so he took time to specialize. At least he's a planner.
He would then burn the body in the stove.
He would burn the body in the stove. The sisters, Nellie and Alice, would follow shortly after Holmes. God damn it. Shortly after the sisters, Nellie and Alice would follow after Holmes convinced them to crawl into a trunk that conveniently had been fitted with a gas line. I really fucked up here. Holy shit.
Yeah, Breezy was like, holy shit.
But yeah, he convinced the girls to get into a trunk that is fitted with a gas line conveniently.
So he's German.
He said both the girls had died within minutes of asphyxiation due to this.
Stop reading.
Rose is like, I'm just trying so hard to get through this.
Well, you're jumping so far, and I'm actually paying attention. Anyways.
Yes, both girls died within minutes due to asphyxiation from the gas. Holmes would rent another house and bury the two girls using a shovel he borrowed from the neighbor. He would then later confess that he actually did kill the Peitzel kids.
Oh, now I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't kill those girls. That's not my shovel. I'm just kidding. I actually did.
Unbeknownst to Holmes, he began being tracked by the Pinkerton Detective Agency, who, if you know your Pennsylvania, also took down the Molly Maguires.
Also, if you played Red Dead Redemption 2, they're a prominent group in there.
Dude, they did a lot of shit.
They're not great. They're not great.
The detectives were searching for H.H. following a tip they got from a prisoner back in St. Louis named Marion Hedgepeth, the handsome fucking bandit.
Beautiful.
Marion had seen the death announcement for Peitzel, and after realizing Holmes had ripped him off of his $500, called the guard over and spilled the beans about Holmes's whole plan. The guard would then tell a judge the news, who would then contact the detective agency. Holmes was arrested for insurance fraud on November 17th, 1894 in Boston.
Fucking Boston.
Boston.
While Holmes was in prison, Carrie Peitzel was finally able to track him down and hopefully find her children. The game would keep up his ruse and tell her that, of course, Ben was still alive. He had the children, and they were likely in South America or Florida. When the bodies were discovered soon after, Holmes would blame his imaginary cousin Minnie and a random accomplice named Hatch for their deaths.
Oh, we're in Florida now.
Oh boy, we are fake.
Oh, we committed murder. Oh.
Imaginary.
Oh.
Like in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Come inside. It's a murder house. Oh.
If Disney cancels us, I'm going to be pissed.
Right before our honeymoon, I'm going to be real pissed. All the tickets are full price.
I'm going down there just to see about Willie.
I'm going to get drunk with Goofy.
Or get Goofy.
We're going to get Goofy and Epcot. We're going to spend $600 fucking Epcot.
Oh, that reminded me of a joke.
Shut up. I didn't finish the story, damn it.
Obviously, with the 3 bodies discovered, police had probable cause to search the murder castle in Chicago. Investigators would find all of Triple H's toys, however, very minimal evidence of actual murder, even though in any other circumstances it wouldn't be minimal. There was no fucking DNA.
Oh.
Police did find a human bone, remains of a child, possibly one of the ones that he chloroformed to death. A burnt watch and a dress button, likely from Minnie Williams, and a piece of hair in the chimney flue. I guess they didn't deem this strong evidence because, again, he was a doctor. Even with all of this not evidence, Holmes was only put on trial for the murder of Peitzel in Philadelphia in October of 1895.
Well, Philly takes their Peitzel seriously, all right? And he ain't fucking around.
But if that's the only... Okay. Not finished.
Holmes was quickly found guilty and sentenced to death. While he wasn't formally charged, it was to be assumed that Holmes had also killed the 3 Peitzel children. While waiting on death row, Holmes would confess to 27 murders spanning Chicago, Toronto, and Indianapolis. He would also admit to 6 attempted murders. These numbers were more than likely very light, considering the hotel that was designed for murder. These confessions were also taken with a very, very large grain of salt because some of the people were still very much alive.
Huh.
What a hoodwinker.
This fucking guy, he's such a prick.
Everything's a lie.
On May 7th, 1896, Herman Webster Mudgett would make his final walk to the gallows. Spectators noted that Holmes did not show any signs of anxiety or nervousness while approaching the rope. He probably should have been slightly concerned because when the floor dropped from the gallows, Holmes's neck didn't snap like it was supposed to. He would literally be choked to death from the rope.
Good.
And his body would twitch for over 15 minutes. And this couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, really.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I would have agreed with you until he tried to borrow children.
Hey, he took care of it.
$500.
Holmes would request that his grave be dug 10 feet deep for the fear of grave robbers who would want to dissect his body. Likely, this was just because he knows what kind of sick shit grave robbers actually do to the bodies.
That's what he's worried about. The shit he did, but that's what he's worried about. Okay.
I mean, he's an expert in the field.
Yeah.
Although Holmes only confessed to 27 murders, experts believe he may have killed somewhere between 150 to 200, usually young women. It could be a sign of the times, but crime seemed really fucking easy in the late 1800s, even though it was the beginning of forensic evidence. Triple H was able to swindle his way into being able to build his own castle of death by thievery and deception, all while selling his skeletons and corpses to local universities and hospitals. But it took the death of his stooge to bring his empire to the ground. Here's to you, H.H. Holmes, and goddammit, here's to you, Paps. Congrats on your blue ribbon.
Cheers!
This guy was fucked.
Yeah, this guy is a total dick.
There's so many people we cover. And
He's definitely up there, some of the worst.
well, yeah. But they do all these mass crazy murders, but it's always the dumbest things that get them caught.
Well, they had 2
He got picked up in St. Louis for trying to steal that horse.
Yeah, but then they do the dumbest things. It's so stupid. Onwards.
Do you want to hear my joke?
What's your joke?
Okay. So, Mickey is in court trying to get divorced from Minnie, right?
Oh, God.
And the judge is like, so you're saying she's crazy. And Mickey says, no, I'm saying she's fucking goofy.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah, it's not an original piece, but it's still a good one.
Oh, good. My part's done. I can go back to smoking.
Yeah,
Okay.
now you can laugh at everything he says.
I usually do.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
While you're reading, would you like us to make one?
I'm already aware it gets worse.
Oh, you're good.
So I am doing for today. I'm doing a piece on Shauna Howe. I was going to start this year off with Operation Hades, which is the American use of Agent Orange in the Vietnam War. However, I am working on getting a first-hand account on that subject. So in the meantime, I will be discussing this tragic case.
Of what?
Shauna Howe.
Okay, so you can say Shauna Howe,
Shauna Howe.
but you can't say Shanna Banana.
It's don't Shanna.
Shanna Banana
Does that say it right? Shanna?
from Wellhouse.
Yeah. See, there we go.
So you can't say Shanna, but you can say Shauna.
I said Shanna just now.
What's her name?
Shanna.
I'll ask you 5.
Anna.
No.
Damn it! Now I'm fucked up.
Hey, Brian's with banana. Damn it.
You know what? Shanna. Oh, I guess it does. Shanna, Brianna, the banana of Shanna. Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna ask him like 10 minutes from now. He's
So,
gonna say it wrong.
Shauna Howe was an 11-year-old girl from Oil City, Pennsylvania, who was kidnapped on October 27, 1992, before being raped and murdered.
Oh, not too much older than you.
Well, I was younger.
No, you weren't. Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a lot younger. Oh, that's
I
fine.
forget that I'm a lot older than you.
So, yeah, we're starting off with a hard R.
Oh.
Before anyone gets mad at me, though, I came across a story while watching Discovery Plus, which I get from Billy. So, Billy, it's your fault.
Welcome.
Wait, you were blaming Billy for this hard R?
Well, remember that previous episode we just called rape the hard R?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you're blaming Billy for hard R's.
No, I'm not blaming him for hard R's. That's wrong, okay? It's not like he's out here with a castle with Minnie Mouse doing some weird shit.
Don't victim blame because I want to watch BattleBots.
Actually, I just watched them the other day. Anyway, so around 8 p.m. on October 27th, Howe was walking home from a Halloween party with her Girl Scout troop, where approximately 2 blocks away from her home, someone witnessed her abduction at the corner of West 1st Street and Reed Street, which, like I said, is approximately 2 blocks from her home.
They didn't want to buy Thin Mints. Should have offered her a Samoas.
Well,
I would have jumped at the Samoas.
Fuck yeah, I love those fucking things. Caramel and coconut. Ooh. Anyways.
So the witness, Dan Patton, was able to tell police the physical description of the abducted person. That's how they knew it was Shauna. And they also gave the getaway vehicle, including the license plate.
Ice cream truck.
It was not an ice cream truck. It was a red vehicle.
Oh, red ice cream truck.
It was a car. Like a small car.
Red ice cream sedan.
Ice cream car.
I'm pretty sure it was smaller than a sedan. I forget the actual make and model, but
Ice cream coupe.
yeah, we're close. Yeah. There was no ice cream signs. It was just a regular car.
Just bought a Cadillac. Throw some ice cream on that bitch.
We're gonna feel so bad for these shows soon.
I am never promoting this episode in this area.
You literally interrupted every other sentence of Billy's episode.
No, I waited till the paragraph was. I waited for the breaks between the paragraphs.
No, you didn't.
For about 80% of the time.
Oh, Minnie. Oh, boy.
That's different. Oh.
No, you totally did.
No, I know I did. You know what? Moving on. 2 days later, investigators discovered Howe's gymnastic costume, which she was wearing to the Halloween party, near an abandoned railroad in a wooded area near Rockland, a township not far from Oil City. Her stepfather would come and confirm that it was her costume. The following morning, her body was found approximately 200 yards away from the costume with a candy wrapper and her shoes. Told you it was an ice cream. It was determined that she was thrown alive from a moving car on a bridge and that she died from blunt force trauma as her head and chest hit a rock.
So when you say there was a candy wrapper.
Well, it's Halloween, so.
Ice cream trucks sell candy.
Ice cream and candy.
Ice cream coops.
There's Snickers candy. There's Twix candy. There's Twix ice cream. Like there's a lot of candies that are not ice cream.
Okay.
You can buy M&M ice cream sandwiches. You gotta be more specific here.
Moving apart.
I need evidence.
Moving apart from, just what's going on right here. Why you guys go to an ice cream truck right away?
Okay, first of all, you're talking about a Rickety Creek, Rickety Road. Was it a Rocky Road ice cream cone sold from the back of this car?
Well, her body did rest in a dry Rocky Creek bed.
So was Rocky Road. We're talking marshmallows and Reese's with a little fudge ripple.
Oh.
I think Rose just wants ice cream.
Listen, a slave makes it.
That's
so
not helping.
good.
That's not helping. Billy, your resolution's going to come true.
Was that 3 now?
For anybody who doesn't know,
That you're apparently really desensitized to trauma. You were just running with this.
no, I'm just saying, anybody who makes anything for you, it always tastes better than you make it yourself. You go to Dunkin', they make your coffee better than you make it at home. You order a banana split, they make it better than you make it at home. So when somebody makes it, who you pay for it, there are slave bakers who make your things better than you can. They're
But
professional.
they're paid. It's not slavery.
No, they get paid for it. Instead of a cot and sometimes food, they get a paycheck.
That's what makes it not slavery.
It is what it is.
Indentured servant.
No. You can't take slave ice cream away from me.
The old ILS.
I like my banana splits the way I like them.
Crosby, look at that jump. Oh.
Slave ice cream.
Yeah, Billy. I don't know if you have the pens on it all right now, but it is it's active. It's a feisty game.
Remember when you were so mad that they were tied?
No, I was tied because Boston scored in 18 seconds, and then Penguins like, hey, the next second score 2 goals, and now it's 6-5. Okay, I'm moving on. Despite the police,
I have a bet on Jason.
Despite the police having several suspects, the case will go cold. God damn it, will go cold for nearly a decade.
Ice cream cold.
In 2002, a DNA match led to a breakthrough in the case. Oil City resident James O'Brien matched a semen sample found on Howe's body in test runs by the FBI.
Semen ice cream.
Yeah, I paused. I put mated, and I was like, "How did he mate semen?"
Yeah, I was very confused.
I was confused too, because clearly paused there. At the time of the test, O'Brien was already serving a prison sentence in an attempted kidnapping of a woman in 1995, so it was kind of convenient to get him.
Brian. The semen match.
Work's pretty much done for us, huh?
The previous witness statements led to police believing his 2 brothers were responsible for the murder, especially due to the identification of the car. Now, the police never suspected James because they believed he was already locked up. Turns out, if only this had actually checked their own cells, they would have known he wasn't there. This fucking really got away with murdering a young girl because the local police could not get out their asses to look at their own cells. This was not discovered until a private detective came onto the case and just looked at records. That's all it took.
So did he break out or what's going on here?
He was arrested that day, but he was also released. And no one just decided to look. And it was 10 years later where this private detective came along and he was looking at records was he actually there? Because it says he wasn't there. And then they went to go look at old footage, and no, everything showed he was not there.
Good.
Yeah, so good job, police. An apparent accomplice was Elder Ted Walker, who admitted to letting some bad people into his home, these brothers, where they did some bad things. The O'Brien brothers were still accused of being the accomplice people. The criminals, the perpetrators. There we go.
Isn't that like a big name?
Guilty parts.
O'Brien's?
Yeah, isn't that a big thing?
Well, spoiler alert, 2 of them are criminals.
Yeah, I figured that.
The trial would begin on September 2005 with Walker pleading guilty to kidnapping, 3rd-degree murder, and he agreed to testify against O'Brien and his brother.
Texas Ranger.
Walker testified that he grabbed Howe and gave her to the O'Briens, who waited in their car. He admitted that they took her to his house and that he heard Howe crying from what they did to her upstairs. This is not a time for laughter.
He said Walker.
This is when it's getting worse.
Yeah, this is the worst part.
But wait.
Listen. No. This is the worst part of this thing. So just composure.
Why are you laughing?
You're the one laughing.
No, I'm not.
dick.
I'm as serious as a clown.
Walker testified that he grabbed Howe and gave her to the O'Briens, who. Why are you moving? You're moving my screen.
Oh, yeah.
I heard you click. My screen.
What
moved.
me?
All right, Shaggy. Okay, third time's the charm. Walker testified that he grabbed Howe and gave her to the O'Briens, who waited in their car. He admitted that they took her to his house and they heard Howe crying from what they did to her upstairs. However, he denied any involvement in their death. And yeah, this is where the hard R happened.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ranger.
See, the gets worse part.
Yeah, this is the bad part. Apparently this occurred like throughout the entire night into the next day.
Oof.
Just constant, to this poor 11-year-old girl.
Aww.
And it was when that she wouldn't stop crying and complaining that they decided to go toss her off the bridge from a moving vehicle.
Oh.
That's a sudden jump.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
How do you just? Well, I mean, they're fucked in the head already, but how's your way of solving a problem? Just all right, chuck her out the van. Chuck her out the ice cream truck.
From what I remember watching and like looking at the testimony and all that from I just forgot his name already. Texas Walker. Ted Walker. God damn it. Ted Walker.
Hey, Walker.
Find that it was literally an all-night endeavor between the brothers and her. She did not get any sleep. If they were, for lack of better words, taking a break, would come down, have a drink, and then go back up and keep doing what they did to her. And then it was because she wouldn't stop crying. And keep in mind, when it was the next day, they decided to just
Well,
and
that's not gonna help.
And there's some what's the word? Implications. The fact that her clothes were found 200 yards away, so she was most likely thrown in the car without her clothes and then still tossed just like that.
You're not making this better.
No, I'm sorry. That's where we end, where it gets worse.
It was supposed to peak get worse a couple paragraphs ago. It's getting worse already. You're off script.
Well, I said that, and then you ever talk about something and then memories and thoughts come back.
Oh yeah, that's how I have most of the info on fucking H.H Holmes.
You having a moment? Do we need a pause?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm okay.
Okay. I'm a little.
You hate me?
Crying.
No, she went from laughing because she probably didn't see, because I didn't type it in here. She didn't know what was about to happen, so she's having a moment, which is understandable. That's a very tragic thing. If anyone went through something traumatic, anything remote to that could be a little triggering. You okay?
Yeah, we need to start putting trigger warnings on things, especially our own writing.
Yeah. Okay. So no more bad things, because this is where we're moving on to the trial here. 13 years after the kidnapping, the brothers learned their fate after 17 hours of jury deliberations. They were found guilty of second-degree murder, guilty of third-degree murder, guilty of involuntary deviant sexual intercourse, guilty of kidnapping, and guilty of conspiracy to commit kidnapping. Now, the second-degree murder carries a mandatory lifetime sentence without parole. Second-degree murder is categorized as murder that occurred during a felony crime, in this case, the kidnapping. And, however, the brothers were acquitted of first-degree murder and rape. The jury did not believe that the murder was premeditated, which is required in a first-degree murder. And there was no full-on evidence that the rape occurred because There was no samples done. There's nothing of that. However, the verdicts did bring an end to a 13-year murder case, which at the very least gave the family, friends, and just the community in general, an answer to what happened. Following her murder, the Oil City Council did vote to prohibit nighttime trick-or-treating, and that ban would last 15 years, where it will be lifted in 2008. So that ends my tragic little piece here of what happened to this poor girl. And it kind of had me think, because we were doing those interviews, late last year, where it was just so happens I had this write-up for a missing kid in the state. Okay.
Yeah, I just need a minute.
You need a minute?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Just continue talking.
Okay, we'll continue talking.
Okay.
I could do something cheery.
Yeah, we make fun of shit, and it's just like, oh.
Listen, I tried warning. B, we should just expect this from me. Where I think I'm seriously just like desensitized to like certain subjects.
I'm at that point too.
Or just from my own like personal life, from where I grew up, all that stuff, to where it's just like easier for me to talk about. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a question for my therapist. But
Why don't you usually just talk to me about shit?
What's that?
My therapist would usually just talk to me about shit.
You're in therapy?
My old therapist. I don't have to talk about my therapy anymore.
Okay.
Do I need to? Absolutely.
I think everyone should just go to therapy.
No, Chad Daniels says it's like an oil change for your brain.
Dude, it is. Especially when I went through so I first went through therapy. I mean, you remember I first went through therapy. And they're like, hey, we have a specialized thing for trauma. You should try it. It was fucking fantastic.
Was it ketamine?
No, I wish. It's called EMDR, which it kind of like rewires your brain a lot. It's kind of like when she first told me about it. It's kind of like hypnotism. It's I forget what it stands for. Eye movement directional something. And basically it teaches your brain like, okay, this shitty thing happened, but you don't have to react the way you do to it.
It's like memory replacement.
I'll show you the example she gave me. So I went to my first appointment for it. And she was explaining to me a little more. She was doing the paperwork, and she explained to me, it takes this long. And I told her what I'm here for, and she's like, okay, this might take a little longer. And then she's like, okay, I'm gonna show you an example today. I'm like, okay, cool. And she's like, I want you to think of something that happened recently that's not like devastating, but was kind of upsetting. I'm like, okay, cool. And it was like not long before that. Me and this one girl stopped talking. It wasn't like anything. It was like a month of us hanging out, whatnot. So it wasn't like serious, but it was still kind of like a bummer.
Right.
And she started doing her thing, and eventually came to this thing because, like, you sit there, you watch your finger go a little bit, and you just let your mind go, and you tell her or him if your therapist is him. And then they pick up on something, they go with it, and they keep doing it. And I came to this point where I started thinking about Josh. And for anyone who's listening, Josh was a good friend of mine, big part of my life for a while. He was shot and killed, whatever. And then
thank you for clarifying, because I was confused as to which Josh.
Yeah, that Josh. Great.
Why are you thinking of that Josh?
it just whatever my mind went to, and then she picked up on it and kept going, and it was like, I just could remember this guy things could happen so quickly. You never know what's going to happen. Why be even upset about this month-long thing that just stopped? And it was just like a sample, like an example to show like what happened. Because then later we went to some hardcore shit.
We went deep.
It kind of helps you take things that you think that are bad.
It's a whole new perspective.
Yeah.
But it was also a warning because since like you're literally like reworking your brain, you're gonna have like it because like just because you leave the office doesn't mean it stops. You're gonna have like nightmares are gonna go up. You're gonna like be more reactive to things until like you're done with it.
More like simplified to people who don't deal with trauma.
Oh, it's for trauma.
But I'm saying people who don't deal with trauma for them to relate, like, oh my God, bummed you lost $20. Well, you could have lost a whole paycheck.
Yeah.
In hindsight, that's kind of like the perspective. It kind of like teaches you, like, yes, you've been through this, but you've been through something worse. And
it's
you're
kind of
dealing
like a meditation thing.
It kind of is because it's not also reworking like your conscious brain, but also your subconscious. Like you react differently to certain situations. You can be more
I have a
relaxed.
meditation app that does that.
Yeah, it's
Probably different, but
oh, if anyone's listening to this and they went through, I would look. It's EMDR. Just look it up. It's a good time.
It's kind of like memory replacement, but it doesn't replace the memories. It just makes it.
That's actually how she was explained it. We're not replacing memories, but we're just changing how you like look at them, how your mind.
It's a perspective switch.
I was going to say that how your mind like perceives these memories.
It just makes it more tolerable in a sense to where, yeah, it was bad, but you've had things that happened to you before that were worse, but what you think could be bad could have been worse.
Neat.
Yeah, it's fun. Fun time.
You okay to do Capricorn now?
Yeah.
My little Capri Sun?
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah. You went from hardy hard to
because you were poking fun at Billy's. So I'm like, let me poke one of yours. And then you hit like something that I went through as a child. And then I put perspective as we have an 11-year-old child now. And I went through my own trauma and I went through protecting my own child.
This was not a fun one to actually research.
It kind of merged together and my emotions kind of took over to where like trauma versus mama bear. And I would never want anything that happened to me as a child happen to him.
Yeah. Well, when I first wrote this, it was like before Halloween. It was October. Or was it? I know it was November. It was right around Halloween. It was not fun to research.
Well,
that's why it's only at 2.5 pages because I was like, I'm not going too much into this.
Well, hard M's and hard R's, are very sensitive for me.
Yeah. I'm still proud of Ice Cream Coop.
And to have children within a time frame of things happening makes you realize how. For me, it makes me realize how lucky I was to survive a certain time. Yeah. And it makes me realize how fortunate Cole is to have a normal childhood compared to where he was at his age compared to where I was. And it just puts things in complete perspective.
Yeah. I think it's a thing for like anyone who has kids, it's an important thing, like, keep an eye on them, even if, you're letting them out, going to a, like she just went to a Halloween party with her Girl Scout troop. Have a plan, and today, it wasn't compacting, but today almost everybody has a cell phone.
We were talking about this tonight. Yeah. How everybody in his class, but one kid has a cell phone. Cell phones are more, not so much of a need. It's more of a want because it's different now than it was then. If cell phones were as popular as they are now, there'd probably be less trauma in the world as there is different trauma. Different trauma. But the world is very repetitive. It's just evolved in different ways. But as a parent, your job is to create a better environment to not allow your child to go through anything that you went through. But as they grow up, they're going to be teaching their kids different traumas that they went through that we didn't have to deal with. It's a cycle.
Yeah.
But me and you have very similar opinions on how to raise children, so
Thank God.
it makes things easier going forward. That's the Mai Tai, by the way.
That'd be a bitch, wouldn't it?
Having different be complete. That's one of the things that kind of sold me on Anthony. Not that I didn't completely attach myself to him right away, but both of us went through similar traumas growing up, but just different experiences. But we
I
had
got my ass beat as a kid, so I can relate to you.
Thanks.
Dedication.
Yeah, it really is. He did it for me. No, but we both went through similar upbringing, so it was like, yeah, we don't want these for our children, and it would just made things easier for us. But just listening to that story fucked me up. So
yeah, you're still making jokes. I'm like, it's.
And then
just
once you got
worse.
Once you got to it gets worse, and I'm like, oh fuck.
And then you made one more joke, and I'm like, you're not gonna like that.
Yeah, then things went real south, and I'm not talking about Florida South. I'm talking like took a sharp turn to hell, especially my psyche. So it wasn't good. However,
Capri Suns.
It may be in my retrograde that I'm feeling so emotional. Just kidding. I have no Capricorn. 'Tis the season.
Oh, okay.
'Tis the season to attack a co-host, amongst other people who I love and cherish the most in the world. I am starting this year off with Capricorn. Yay! The Capricorn is the 10th sign of the zodiac, which seems a little weird because it's the beginning of the year. It falls under the Earth sign, which is after Sagittarius, but before Aquarius. I like to call it the mother of zodiacs. I call it the mother of zodiacs because everybody who I know who is a Capricorn is very wise yet mature, but has a lot to learn from. As I go through this stuff, you'll understand, and you're gonna sit there and connect the dots, babe.
I'm gonna connect the dots.
I promise you're gonna connect the dots to a certain Capricorn in our lives.
You're getting a look into Billy.
Yeah. Like I said, they do fall under the Earth sign. These are usually associated to a more grounded characteristics, such as being stable or logical or level-headed. Not saying that our co-host Billy is stable, but when it comes to needing guidance or having a friend to lean on, he's kind of that person we go to. He kind of has all the right things to say to calm us down in our time of need.
Except when he's drunk, because he's usually the one leaning.
No. He's usually leaning, but his words are always wise. If I can't get a hold of you, like I said before, if I can't get a hold of you, my go-to person is Billy.
Yay, I'm an emergency contact.
Yay!
I would make you an emergency contact on my phone, but I know you don't like phone calls.
That's why my sister...
That's a sacrifice I make.
My sister...
I won't know the emergency number as well.
Yeah. I at least have one Capricorn in my emergency contact at all times. Capricorns are represented by the sea goat, who is cosmically like a lifeguard of all the zodiacs. I don't know if you ever seen them, but they're like half goat, like half seahorse.
Wait, so it's an earth sign, but its animal is a sea goat.
We don't make sense. Just fucking go with it.
You think you pick a vegetable.
But they're like half seahorse, like half goat.
I'm going to look this up.
They're half land, half sea, but they make complete sense. It doesn't make any sense at all, but it makes sense.
Capricorn.
They have a very serious demeanor because they are always looking out for others. But they always have a wild side to them, which when they're not hanging out with others or when they're not playing parent, they like to cut loose and
that's what it looks
have
like.
fun.
It looks like a goat that's also a chariot.
It's a goat that's also a seahorse.
That's a chariot.
It's okay. Well, whatever you want to call it. But if you look at other images, it's half a seahorse.
We hang out with Aquaman.
Yeah, it's like Aquaman had sex with Hercules' heart.
Oh, okay. Oh well.
Who made the gladiator? Capricorns. Yeah, but they're usually the more mature, level-headed, but also sometimes they need other people to lean on. While they are often thought to be too focused or on money or power because they like to be in charge, the sea goat likes to share the good life with people who they care about. At the core, they are extremely kind-hearted and sincere. Usually those who, even if they don't have much, they like to extend anything they have to other people who they love and cherish because they feel like if they can give.
Bill did rub my back the first time we met.
Like Billy, there's another Capricorn in our lives who does a lot of that. Whose birthday is this weekend?
Oh, Nicole.
Yeah. Gives to others, even though she's in great charity. My sister often gives more to people who don't deserve it.
That's true.
But when she does have it, she does give to other people. I half the time don't agree with it, but I rub it in people's faces when need be.
Coley took care of me when she definitely did not need to.
Listen, you guys are underneath the same fucking sign, bro. I've seen Coley take care of people who she just met. She didn't know from the fucking. She didn't know a fucking hair on their fucking head.
It's this weird kid who just showed up at her house one day.
And I was invited by someone who's passed out downstairs, but
But you know what? That's her nature. That's the way people are. I mean, if Billy had the funds and the means to do so, he'd probably do the same thing for others. I mean, yes, he'd take
one of these days, one of these big parlays is gonna hit.
Yeah, he's gonna buy himself some weed, and then he's gonna be like, you know what? That's what I'm saying. He's gonna be like, you know what? I'm good. You know what? But these people have been good to me, so I'm gonna take care of them. That's their nature.
I won't go going right now unless the lightning fucks it up.
Shut the fuck up. You leave my lightning alone. Anyways. Like I said, they kind of represent a lifeguard of sorts. They're good when they're good, but they always swoop in and take care of other people when they need to. They have a very serious demeanor. They're always looking out for others. But like I said, they do have a wild side. While they are often to be known to be too focused and money powered, they do like to share. They're very kind-hearted and sincere at points. However, they do have good sides to them. I can't talk shit on all zodiac signs, although Geminis are the most hated.
For a reason?
No. You know what? You're going to eat those words in about 3 paragraphs, okay, sir?
I know I'm a piece of shit.
He just took away your entire argument in one foul swoop. How generous of him.
How generous of you. Capricorn season starts. You shush. It starts at the end of the year, December 21st, and lasts all the way to January 20th. So you're taking the good part of last year and mixing it with a good part of this year. Their personality traits that are actually good traits are hardworking, they're persistent, they're creative. They tend to be very honest, reflective, protective, and sensitive. Capricorns are known as cardinal signs. For anybody who doesn't know what cardinal signs means.
It's a bird.
No. It's not just a bird, sir.
They
are the start of a season.
Oh.
Capricorns start the winter solstice, which in other signs, Aries, like yourself,
represent.
Start spring, Cancer start summer, and Libra start fall. These are known as cardinal signs that associate with a sense of energy or urgency. These are more go-getters, whether or not they succeed. They're more people who like to go and they thrive to do something. They're more urgent to do
So-
things.
Me and Billy are also birds.
You and Billy also thrive to do something that are positive. Doesn't always necessarily mean it's going to take off, but you have good intentions.
Hey,
That's
I
what it
am
means.
chaotic good.
You are a go-getter. In a sense, you are a go-getter. You're always someone who
Damn
likes
right.
to like do things. Go ahead. We're going to do this. And then even though it fizzles out, you had the ambition to do it.
Hey, not everything fizzles out. We're almost at a year into this podcast.
Well, there's 2 other people involved.
Sometimes sometimes a bird needs his motivator.
A leader Capricorn and a stubborn-headed Gemini.
A bird needs his worms, you know.
Okay.
Is it funny that the Capricorn's one was kind of like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, that's you're a fucked up Capricorn, bro. However, there are signs of the zodiac that are compatible with the Capricorns. I do apologize if I am offending anybody, but the most compatible with the Capricorns are Taurus, Scorpios, and Virgos.
So they get Virgo.
Virgo.
I hate Virgos. I don't know any sign who agrees with a Virgo besides a fucking Virgo.
Ugh, the worst.
With a passion,
Passion of the Virgo.
I can't stand a Virgo. Can't stand them. Anyways, Capricorns relate to the following earth signs. Just because they relate to them doesn't mean they're not necessarily compatible with them, but Taurus, Scorpio, and Virgos are other earth signs. So
Isn't Scorpio your Mortal Kombat character?
shut up.
Scorpion.
Yeah, Scorpion. That's what I mean.
So he relates in a way,
Yeah.
just not in a way. Compatibility wise. In a video game, yes. I love. No. Let me get this. Listen, we'll get there.
Did he set Scorpion?
Shush. His wife is an Aquarius. Don't disrespect her.
Aquarius.
They are highly sensitive.
Oh shit.
They're very cold and opinionated, but they're sensitive. You leave her alone. I love her very much.
I thought she was Aquarius, not Floridian.
They're a fish of sorts. They're from the water.
Find an Aquarius.
There's warm and cold spots of the water. Never underestimate them. Because you don't know if it's warm water or pee.
I don't know a Capricorn.
I'm just saying his wife is an Aquarius. Don't underestimate her.
Yeah, how about a Capricorn? You're an Aquarius or Aquarii, whatever they're called.
They also tend to connect emotionally to Scorpios. Surprising compatibility sign for a Scorpio is a Gemini. These 2 signs get along because they both get the need to hustle and achieve goals. Me and Billy connect together because we both desire the need to get through a party without actually connecting to humans.
Oh, someone is connected to Gemini.
Actually, when me and Billy when we first met was the night that you got completely shit-faced drunk at that
You're
Halloween,
welcome.
that Halloween
Look what
party.
I brought together.
I saw the weirdest person in the room, and I'm like, I need to make friends with this guy.
Why do you think I brought him?
And he was playing fucking beer pong. I'm like, oh, what is this guy gonna do with? He looks like he could connect with me, but I'm gonna attach myself to him. And the very next time we saw each other, guess what? One Kodak got completely fucking trashed, and he connected himself to me and attached himself
You're
to me.
welcome. That's why I got trashed that night. So you
It went from Halloween to Super Bowl real quick.
Yeah, I got trashed both those occasions, so you guys can become lifelong friends. You're welcome.
Oh, okay.
I
appreciate your service.
So,
Thank you.
Yeah, you are the reason
Thank you,
why
Billy.
me and Billy connected to each other to the hip.
Billy, I'm just appreciate you that you just appreciate
You're
without
such
question
a-
anything.
Okay,
This is why we're birds.
I've said this before.
Thank you.
can I get to the next paragraph, please?
We're waiting. Not bird.
Which zodiac signs are least compatible with the Scorpio or with the Capricorn?
Yeah, Capricorns.
Yeah, I'm sorry. An Aries and a Cancer.
I am a fucked up Capricorn, aren't
We fight against odds, okay?
Capricorns tend to butt heads with Aries because they're both likely to take charge. I've seen you guys. I've seen you.
What does that mean?
Fantasy?
That's just competitive brotherhood.
That's competitive?
Yeah. Just because they're in
Absolutely.
fantasy, if I play against him, I want him to chuck in his own nutsack, doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, you're both competitive in your own nature.
You've seen us play the show.
Okay, however, the other ones are Cancers, which are very emotional and open, and Capricorns tend to hide in their own emotions.
They cry so much.
They do. I can't stand a fucking Cancer, bro. I'm so emotional.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Very terminal.
Anyways, Capricorns are always Capricorns, however, are always creative. They are always productive. They're working on different ventures. They can poke fun at themselves and laugh at their own selves before anybody else does.
Sounds about right.
It's defense mechanism, which speaks
like a squid.
volumes to their sarcastic humor and demeanor.
So,
Like, ha ha ha, I have trauma. Ha 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 ha.
So it's like-
you can laugh because I laughed at it.
so they're basically like a comedic cuttlefish.
Basically. They're like a pufferfish. I'm soft on the inside, but I'm gonna blow up and say, ha 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 ha.
I got two new names on my
I
phone
don't
today.
have feelings, but as soon as I go back to their normal size, they're like,
Oh,
oh,
I
my
can't
god, I
change
have
that.
feelings.
I was going to change this name on my phone to Cuttlefish, but now I can't because it's still Billy the Third.
Shut up. But they're saying that they're very emotional beings, but they like to laugh at themselves to make it easier for others. They don't allow others to offend them because they're going to laugh at themselves first before you assault them.
That's fair. I can see that. Yeah, sounds like a Capricorn here.
Oh, I'm weird. Go ahead, say I'm weird because I already laughed at it, bitch.
I'm just defeated all the time.
Yeah, you're always, yeah, it's like, go ahead. It doesn't hurt me because I already laughed at myself. However, they do have negative traits. I love you, Billy.
Get the fuck out of here.
They are very critical. Sometimes Capricorns are highly negative of others. They expect others to abide by their laws that could place pressure on their near ones. Doesn't sound like any Capricorns I know.
No laws, but laws.
They're very melancholy.
What?
There are many occasions where the Capricorn can appear sad or discouraged, but they want you to see that they're sad and discouraged, so they want someone to make them happy. Oh my God, you're sad, you're depressed. Let me make you happy. So you're not sad
All
and
right, I
depressed.
quit this podcast.
They're over serious. Capricorn's reserved an attitude and their serious demeanor can make them look standoffish and stiff to a point that they're just unpleasant. Like you don't want to be near them because they're like, huh, you can't assault me, bitch. They don't want to be.
No,
they're
I
over
kind of
serious.
try to look like a dick, so people leave me alone.
Suspicious. They're very suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Capricorns are very skeptical when other things are too simple. And when things go too well, they're always waiting for the other fucking foot to drop.
Me? No.
They dislike and believe that someone always has it out for them. Capricorns are also known for being very unforgiving. One of their very hidden traits that they don't let people know of, that they have the very unforgiving character. If you do something to them 10 years from now, just because they forget doesn't mean they're going to forget. Which I can name a couple people that Billy's recently forgive, but he won't forget the shit that they pulled. I love you.
Can you? 'Cause I forget. Oh,
Yeah. Now for my favorite part of the Zodiac cover.
wait. They always believe that someone's out to get them. Rose, do you hate me?
No, Billy, I
There
love
it
you.
is.
I tell you at least 3 times a month. Hence the reason why we should make a whole entire segment out of this. Do you hate me?
Just bring on socially awkward people. Do
Are you
hate me?
mad at me? Says every Capricorn everywhere. However, this once again brings me to my favorite part.
Does that mean Gabby's a Capricorn?
No,
Oh,
she's a Taurus. She's one of the worst.
wow.
She cries at everything. Doesn't mean she thinks everybody hates her. But I love her. And yes, Jules, I know you listen religiously. I love you
Moist.
too. That's disrespectful. I love you. I wouldn't replace you for anything. You're one of my favorite fruits, but Tauruses are the worst. I love you. You're born in May. Anybody born in May is amazing. I love you. Don't hate me. However, take 3. Now for my favorite Kodiak coverage. Famous Capricorn serial killers.
On TMZ.
Da, 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 da. All right. I put my top 3. I did a lot of research on these, but I picked 3. And I think one of them you might notice. The first one, Dr. Harold Shipman.
Oh, I know him.
Born January 14th of 1946 in Nottingham. He died January 13th, 2004. He is known as one of history's most infamous serial killers. He was a general practitioner. He was believed to kill over 200 of his patients before being caught by the police. He was ultimately sentenced to life in prison for 15 of the murders, but committed suicide in prison, which is a scapegoat. He's a little bitch. Number 2. What?
200. He had drive.
I mean, yeah, but then he got caught, and he's like, "Oh my god, it's just too much pressure."
Sometimes you gotta break.
However, number 2, Dean Horrell, born December 24th. It was the night before Christmas when this man was born on 1939 in Fort Wayne, Indiana. He died August 8th of 1973. He was known as the Candyman, a serial killer, along with his accomplice, David Brooks and Elmer Henley, was responsible for the grisly Houston mass murders, group kidnappings, assault, and strangulation or shot of at least 28 young men and boys. Does this sound familiar?
Sure does. Another fun episode I got to do.
It was one of our serial killer episodes or slasher episodes during our October months, known as Candyman. He was also known as a very famous Capricorn serial killer. So, making his second debut in our Full Send Rejects.
So, if he was Candyman as a Capricorn, would that make him a candy corn?
You shut the fuck up.
No, we bring fucking candy canes, you dick.
Candy corn.
Don't ruin things for me.
Yeah, every other day. You made me fat.
You did make me fat. You put a baby
You
in
made
me.
me pregnant, and then you got me fat. Ugh. Boop.
You made me fat because you got pregnant and I gained sympathy weight.
No, you made me fat because I actually had home cooked meals, and I just ate them.
I'm
And I
sorry.
became sedentary.
I'm sorry no one fed you before.
I became like a rock along the river. I just continued to grow and grow.
I'm sorry no one gave you proper love, kindness, and food before me. Damn Schuylkill County.
Just liquor.
Just liquor. Last but not least on my serial killer rampage for my top 3 famous serial killers underneath the Capricorn sign is Marcel Pitrol. Born January 17th of 1897. He was born in France. He died May 25th during the Gemini season of 1946. While he was diagnosed with mental illnesses as a child, he was a French physician. Okay, first of all, if you're going to be diagnosed with mental illnesses of a child, you're going to go later on get your doctor degree to treat people. Should that be a red flag?
Don't a lot of therapists themselves have mental illnesses?
I'm not going to talk about this because I have a really good relationship with my therapist.
I'm
Okay, sir?
saying.
However,
Are you going to
Oh, no.
school to be a therapist?
You shut your whore Capricorn mouth.
Oh no, my surgeon has anxiety.
However, this guy, he was known as Dr. Satan, allegedly killed almost 60 people. He targeted Jew fleeing Nazi-occupied France. Okay, talk shit, Billy, in your 1%, Anthony.
2%, thank you.
1.8%, Anthony. By injecting them with poison, stole their belongings, and hid their bodies in his basement. He was guillotined for his crimes.
Guillotined. The L's are silent. Just like they were, because, they lost their heads.
Just like your rights of your Jewish ancestors.
They never really had much rights.
Yeah, so shush.
Yeah, that's...
Ever.
Silence!
The Jews are nature's scapegoat.
Okay, anyways. That is all that I have for our Capricorn zodiac signs. Due to the nature of our very own co-host, Billy, the bat being a Capricorn, I want to know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how attacked do you feel?
Did you base those traits off of just how Billy acts?
No, I base it off of Capricorns in general because you got to think, my sister is also a Capricorn with a birthday of this weekend of the 3 wise men. She falls under a lot of these categories as well. She's strong, independent when she shares her wealth with other people, but expects the same thing in return, and disappointed when people don't give it to her. She's she has a very big heart, but she has false expectations. I love her with everything in my being, but you guys are very wishy-washy in a sense that you do things out of goodness of your own heart, but if it's not reciprocated, you feel like you reject. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Yeah. So on a scale of 1 to 10, did I nail the accuracy of your zodiac sign, and how attacked do you feel? Being a co-host.
I mean, I know the compatibility ones, and the Virgo one, never. I dated a Virgo, worst time of my life.
Same.
As for the traits and characteristics, yeah. Well, most of it. I'm not, leadership.
You do
I just kind of go along with the flow.
I mean, considering your guys' recent found in employment and how you love it, you found yourself a way of finding yourself where you find your strengths, and you've made yourself excel in it. So in a way, you did find yourself showing your leadership in something you love.
Working towards that raise again.
I mean, compared to just doing your day-to-day, you found something you loved and you're excelling in it.
Yeah, no, I can't complain.
So in a way, you are compatible. I mean, everybody has their own. I mean, yes, there's multiple signs that have the same characteristics because Anthony's an anti-believer. But a lot of these things, when you look at it, you see yourself doing things, or if you didn't see yourself doing these things, you have faith or have the courage to do so because you feel like it's in your nature.
All right, I see you.
I see you, and I see you thriving. I love you.
I love you too. Do you hate me?
This is why we're compatible. I boost you where you're weak. Just because we're not completely compatible doesn't mean that we don't see each other's strengths. That's Aries over here who doesn't believe in anything, trying to bring you down.
I don't braid him down. What the fuck are you talking about?
Can't wait for fantasy next year.
Every single day, ignoring all feelings, to talk about the dumbest shit in this world, okay?
Besides you talking about how you're going to beat him in fantasy.
Yeah, well, fuck him when it comes to that. What can I say?
Yeah, no, he can straight go fuck himself that week.
I hope he subs his pinky toe.
I love you. And as somebody who believes in the Baltimore Ravens,
I hope
want-
his socks are moist tomorrow. No matter what Perry, I hope he goes to watch that game and the audio is just lagging enough for him to notice.
Oh no.
See, that's a lot worse than I thought I was going to say. I was going to say, I hope Lamar has to shit his pants.
He's not playing.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
then I
no.
hope.
I'll go to the bathroom.
I hope.
He's not playing.
No, I was going to say, I hope Flowers pulls his Achilles.
I don't think he's playing either.
They're
playing most of their back
starters.
Okay, then I hope Rudolph sends it
There we go. Third time's a charm.
with his nose so bright. Can you imagine the 13-3 Baltimore Ravens losing to a fourth string quarterback?
Is it third string?
Yeah, because they're already the best team in the AFC.
Fourth, because I think a lot of people would have rather dropped somebody else than Rudolph. However, that concludes my Capricorn season.
Which means we can get out of here under 2 hours. Woo!
Woo! Can't wait for Anthony to edit this.
Who says I am?
You.
I had to pee, but I didn't want to make you pause.
I appreciate it, but we'll get out of here quick as I realize I had to finish typing out an intro.
Well, guys, that's it for us.
Yeah, that's going to do it for us here at the Full Send Rejects. Don't forget to keep a lookout for our Feedback Fridays and all of our other posts on social media. Please feel free to follow us if you enjoy us, or rate us. That helps us as well too. Spread the word a little bit. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Next week we will be doing. Do you guys know what you're doing next week?
Nope.
Awesome,
Yeah.
Billy. What do you got?
Stanford president.
Yeah, we talked about that, and hopefully I'll be
We
doing
did.
Agent Orange as long as I get these
It's
first
gonna
town
be
accounts.
spicy.
We're gonna get spicy. Until then, enjoy your week and full on send it.
Full fucking send it.
Fucking send
Keep
it.
Fuck the Ravens.